What's up, everybody? Welcome to this special episode. So 2025 is basically the year of camera flagships. All four major Chinese brands dropped their absolute masterpieces that year. We're talking about the Xiaomi 15 Ultra, vivo X200 Ultra, OPPO Find X8 Ultra, and the Huawei Pura 80 Ultra. These are the big four camera beasts from China, the ultimate heavy hitters. And this year, all four of these camera titans just got their fresh new upgrades. I'm talking about the 17 Ultra, the X300 Ultra, the Find X9 Ultra, and the Pura 90 Pro Max. Yeah, you heard that right, the brand new beasts just dropped. Now, these four flagship monsters all bring their own flavors to the table, but they've got one thing in common, one shared mission: to go head-to-head against the iPhone 18 Pro Max dropping this September. Yeah, the one Apple's launching while Huawei's still dealing with sanctions. So, what makes these four flagships special anyway? Next up, we're heading out for some real-life hands-on experience, putting their specs side by side, and peeling back the layers one by one to find out the truth. This is the standard 17U, and this is the Leica Phone 5 version. Quick fun fact, apart from the zoom ring, these two versions are literally identical, everything else is the exact same. Now, the Chinese version's starry green, easily one of the hero colorways, is an absolute stunner, like seriously eye-catching. And right there in the top left corner on the back of the Leica Phone 5, you've got that iconic red logo, the Coke badge as some call it, and honestly, it's one of the phone's biggest selling points. Alright, let's check out what this bad boy can do in the camera department. First up, let's point the lens at that spot in the distance where there's a bunch of people. We're gonna lock onto our subject and hit that shutter. Yeah, you saw that right, that photo just moved. So why did it move? That's the auto image fix kicking in. Now, what's the tech behind that really?
簡單來說，就是當你拍攝完一張照片後，首先會保存到本地，其次會將本地文件上傳到雲端進行 AI 超清修復處理，整個過程大概需要幾秒鐘時間。之所以出現活動，因為剛拍攝時圖片並沒處理好，處理好後才會加載出來，所以才出現了剛才的畫面。
Alright, next up, let's check out a feature you only get on the Leica edition. It's called Leica Moment. What this feature does is basically mimic the look of two classic Leica cameras, and trust me, these aren't your average Leica filters, totally different vibes. Plus, you can actually run your photos through the Leica Moment function, making the shots look even closer to true Leica rendering. The only thing is, as Xiaomi's 2026 flagship that got launched early at the end of 2025, here's my honest take. Xiaomi's 2026 flagship dropped early, end of 2025. Standard version, just a 200MP main cam, next-gen night sensor, and optical continuous zoom, barely any other upgrades. The Leica edition is the real star, custom silver titanium black, that corner Leica logo, and Leica Moment mode. But this phone's had serious drama: optical axis issues, loose zoom ring, system bugs, big controversy. Honestly, think twice before buying. This is Vivo's fresh camera flagship that dropped around February this year, the X300 Ultra, and this colorway right here is the standard edition in white. So, can this camera beast straight up destroy the Xiaomi we just saw? Alright. Let's hop into the camera interface and check it out. Flip the screen around again.
但是只能够拍1-2个焦段，可以理解为明域 4K 感。但是微单不一样，微单有一个蔡司大师镜头群啊，所以这里我们列出来的所有规格，微单全焦段支持。
Yeah, you heard that right. Aside from all that, this flagship here delivers full focal length support for high-spec video, period. Now, how does it actually feel in real life though? Honestly, just like they said at the launch, full focal length support is totally there, but here's the catch. You gotta pair it with the official camera kit to really unlock that full potential. But of course, the photo mode is where the real focus is at. So here's my take on this new flagship that pairs a phone with a teleconverter lens. It totally smokes Xiaomi in some areas thanks to that lens paired with size tuning. Even some previous limitations got absolutely shattered. I'm talking full focal length high-spec video, a telephoto beast mode, Vivo's color optics, straight up goodness all around. But here's the one major downside. This thing sold out almost instantly after it dropped. And you already know, most offline experience stores here don't even have the camera kit, only a handful of locations actually got it. So if Vivo's approach is all about slapping on an external teleconverter, OPPO just went ahead and crammed that whole setup right inside the phone itself. But now's not the time to talk about that one, cause Huawei already swooped in and dropped their own product first. So what kind of upgrades does Huawei's next-gen Pura actually bring? And can that design straight up body the competition? No worries, let's just go hands-on with the real thing offline right now. This design right here is what they're calling Orange Ocean. It not only boldly brings back that classic gradient craftsmanship, but they've also thrown in a dual-tone gradient metal frame. The looks are seriously next-level stunning. So how's the camera on this thing? Alright, flip that screen around again for me. Now, Huawei's camera flagship has finally packed in that massive 200MP sensor. Let's check out this 200MP telephoto. What kind of resolution boost are we really getting here? The biggest flex of this generation's camera flagship, you can now tweak colors, textures, and all those parameters yourself. Now let's check out the telephoto for 1060fps video performance of this phone. So this is the first HarmonyOS ecosystem flagship to pack a massive 200MP sensor, and since it doesn't fall into the Android or Apple camp, it's gonna have its own unique quirks. But honestly, that's mostly just on the system side. Here's my verdict on this flagship. Design, channels P30 Sky Mirror and Aurora Vibes, leveled up with dual tone gradient plus metal frame. Orange Ocean is a key selling point. Kirin 9030 South trades gaming power for imaging NPU, AI color engine, telephoto video all massively boosted, self-developed 200MP periscope telephoto and huge main sensor are a breakthrough under US sanctions. This phone's all about travel and emotion, sacrifices gaming, but delivers a real camera leap. And yeah, the Kirin 9030 seconds might sacrifice a bit of gaming performance, but they redirected all that power straight into the imaging department. That's why the NPU's image understanding, the AI color engine, and the telephoto video experience got such a massive boost compared to last general. The self-developed 200MP Ultra aperture periscope telephoto and the huge main sensor, that's a major breakthrough for Huawei under US tech blockades. This one carries real significance. This phone pours all the emotion and spirit of travel right into your hands, so yeah, you lose a little gaming performance, but the camera tech leap, totally worth it. Among this year's big for flagships, Huawei stands out as the breakthrough device pushing through US tech blockades, creating a sharp contrast with the other three camera titans that never had to face those restrictions. I bet you guys are already hyped for the O series flagship review, so if we talk pricing, Xiaomi's up there at the high end, while Huawei and Vivo sit around the mid-6,000 range, then there's this one flagship, launched after Huawei, but priced right between those two, higher than Huawei, lower than Xiaomi, and the lens setup. It's hiding some serious secrets. Now, to wrap up this first segment, let's review the final flagship live on the spot. The follow-up to the Find X300 Ultra, where everyone said no dual periscope. How can you even call it Ultra? Say hello to the OPPO Find X9 Ultra, the phone that literally stuffed the teleconverter right inside.
Just a few days before the launch event, this phone was already shown off, rocking that Tundra Earth colorway. A few nights later, I headed out to an offline experience store myself to catch the product launch event, and then got a full hands-on with this camera flagship the very next time around.
But man, OPPO's launch event was painfully slow. Felt like I was watching a total nothing burger. Honestly, with all that wasted time, I should have just gone and checked out the new Huawei instead.
Damn, it's almost PM, and they're just now dropping the price.
S9 Pro 从单两亿升级到双两亿，行业首喊发的双两亿超清镜头的 Pro 旗舰，全新升级的第二代单响摄闪行业镜头，全新升级的5焦段发出 8K 超清照片，全新的 8K 超清的电影级的视频，升级的当然还不止这些，从设计到影像到屏幕到性能再到体验，都比 Pro 更 Pro。所以讲到这儿，大家还是关心价格对吧？再卖下关子，大家知道整个手机行业现在面临的巨大的压力，存储涨价，号称有存储厂商今年会成为全球最挣钱的公司，所以搞得我们手机面临巨大的压力，所以今年发布的新机都在大幅的涨价。周边也有很多朋友在问这样会不会涨价很多，坦白讲，我们确实真的倍感压力。那去年我们实手大家企业的3.9 Pro 最受欢迎版本16+512，它的发布价是5999。那这一次铺垫了这么多，对不对？那我们的价格是多少？我们希望 X9S Pro 成为更多用户的选择。
X9S Pro 16+512的价格5999，不涨价。这是不是今年最后一款不涨价的旗舰？看一下，今年最强的影像天花板 Find S9 Ultra， 搭载行业最强的哈苏双两亿镜头，以及行业唯一的哈苏10倍光变天野长焦镜头，这就是今年行业真正的年度 Ultra 旗舰，它的价格是74997。
This flagship's Tundra Earth design and lens layout are a direct homage to the Hasselblad X2D100C Earth Explorer Limited Edition. So, what's the hidden secret behind its camera performance? And why does it cost a whole 1,000 more than the Huawei? I gotta dive into this phone and experience it firsthand. Flip the screen around one more time. Yep, last time. I promise. Since they crammed the teleconverter right into the phone, let's just zoom through those focal lengths right now. You can instantly see the clarity is off the charts. Now let's check out that 4060fps telephoto video. Oh right, isn't there also an 8000 video mode? Got it. As the last one to show up among the 2026 big for camera flagships, here's my take. The Hasselblad 5 camera setup, the massive main sensor, the 200MP telephoto, the color restoration lens, plus that 10x optical zoom sky-eye periscope, and the Tundra Earth design, those are all selling points of this beast, but the price, a ridiculous 7,499 yuans, it absolutely Huawei bodies and even outshines its own siblings in the lineup. Even Xiaomi thought they had it in the bag, but nah, this one came out swinging. Alright, that wraps up the first segment. Now let's move on to part 2.
First, let's talk about what these 4 flagships all have in common. They all pack a 200MP camera. That's the spec every manufacturer has been chasing this year. So what are the differences? Number 1, their camera setups aren't the same. Xiaomi and Vivo both rock a triple camera setup, while OPPO and Huawei come with 5 and 4 cameras respectively. Number 2, their 200MP resolutions. Huawei 16,380 for x12,288, Xiaomi 16,320 x12,288, Vivo 16,320 x12,256, OPPO 16,320 x12,256. Number 3. What is each of these big for chasing? Huawei, fully self-developed 200MP massive sensor. Xiaomi, that nostalgic German-style flavor. Vivo, the ultimate telephoto monster. OPPO, Hasselblad level color mastery. Number 4. What are their starting prices? Huawei from 6,499. Xiaomi standard version from 6,999. Leica edition from 7,999. Vivo from 6,999. OPPO from 7,499.
Next up, let's do a quick summary of each flagship's standout features. Xiaomi 17 Ultra, the only one bold enough to slap a physical zoom ring onto a phone, the only one with Leica certified continuous zoom, the only co-branded camera flagship that dares to rock that red badge. Vivo X300 Ultra, a telephoto monster juiced up by an external lens, that telephoto video and its color optics. Absolute top-tier selling points. Huawei Pura 90 Pro Max. As part of the HarmonyOS ecosystem, this is the first homegrown flagship to shatter pixel limits. That homemade 200MP massive sensor carries serious value, but the chip trades off a bit of gaming performance. OPPO Find X9 Ultra, the sequel to no dual periscope, How dare you call it Ultra? They literally stuffed a teleconverter inside the phone. The Hasselblad 5. The camera setup is a major flex, but that price, straight up outrageous. So if you're chasing that nostalgic German-style vibe, I'd say go for the Xiaomi 17 Ultra Leica edition. Sure, it starts at 7,999 yuan, but keep in mind that's for 512GB storage after all, it's a special edition. But if you're all about that telephoto live shooting concerts or big sports events, I'd recommend the Vivo X300 Ultra or the OPPO Find X9 Ultra. One rocks an external telephoto lens, the other straight up crams that teleconverter inside. Price difference between about 1,000 yuan. But if you'd rather skip the external attachments and want a more convenient shooting experience, the OPPO Find X9 Ultra is the one for you. If you're all about supporting China's homegrown R&D, then the Huawei Pura 90 Pro Max is the one for you. This year, the new big for camera flagships from China seriously blew us away with their standout features. But time flies fast, and this year will soon become just another last year. Every iteration of these camera flagships might not even end up being the ultimate one. We're already hyped for next year's camera flagships, the Xiaomi 18 Ultra, OPPO Find X10 Ultra, Huawei Pura 100 Ultra, and vivo X300 Ultra to bring us even more insane features. And that's a wrap for this special episode. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next year.
By the wall.